Good evening. Welcome to today's episode of Wednesdays with Pastor K. What a joy it is to be your host once more today. I'm so excited to be your host, and I'm glad that you have tuned in. I believe we're gonna have a great time. I'm really looking forward to spending some time with you. I just wanna ask you to please do me a favor. Please like the feed, share the feed, comment, and let's get our world into this room. Also, probably maybe if you can tag somebody in the comments if you can, so that your friends can also join us and let's have some fun. Happy Wednesday night. I believe that you are comfortable where you are sitting and you have snuggled up with your coffee. I think winter is almost over, so it's just the last kick of a dying horse. But probably by next week, we should enjoy our old sunny days and warm weather. Awesome. Let's see who's watching. I see Khomoto KG is watching on Facebook. Welcome, Khomoto. Good to see you. We have also Mukhadi Ayanda watching on Facebook. Welcome, Ayanda. Good to see you. We have also Refilo Matsibulani watching on Facebook. Welcome, Refilo. Good to see you. We have also Kosi BK Mpula Mpula. Welcome, Kosi. So good to see you. Welcome, family. I'm excited to be your host today, and really looking forward to tonight. Let's see also who's watching. I think I missed Jabulanis Kosana watching on YouTube. Welcome, Jabulani. So good to see you. And also, who else did I miss here? Then we have Dudu Zilekaba watching on Facebook. Welcome, Sis Dudu. Excited to have you on today's set. Welcome, family. And I just want to quickly take us through last week's teaching. Last week, I spoke on self improve and upskill yourself. We focused on that topic. If you missed it, it's available on my YouTube page and it's also available here on my Facebook page. You can just go to my videos and watch last week's episode. It will bless you. We really need to self improve and to upskill ourselves. And I just want to do a quick recap and then we proceed on to today's topic. If you can hear me, please indicate, give me a thumbs up. And if you can see me clearly, give me a thumbs up. If my video is pixelating, also let me know. Comment in the comments, and we'll take it from there. So yeah, last week we spoke about upskilling ourselves, and we got to mention that why is upskilling important? We said upskilling is important because it allows individuals and organizations to keep pace with the rapidly evolving life. If you don't upskill yourself, I'm telling you, you're gonna be left behind. We did mention that technology has taken over this world, and if you're a person who says, you know what, I am technologically challenged, I am technologically disadvantaged, I'm telling you, you're going to get left behind. We've got to catch up. We've got to upskill ourselves and we have to self upskill. Right. And also, I got to share a number of points. Let me give you the 7 points I shared last week. Number one, I said upskilling yourself helps you to adapt to constant change because life is constantly changing. Every single time or every month there must be something happening that shows you and I that we have to keep up. Life is beginning to actually life has become so fast that we have to keep up. So number one, I said it helps you to adapt to constant change, and meaning that we have to keep up with the industry trends. I'm not sure which company you work for or what business that you're running or what you do for a living. We have to keep up with the industry trends. Otherwise, we're going to get left behind. That's why we have to constantly upskill ourselves. Thank you, Pumzile. Thank you so much. Pumzile is watching on YouTube. Thank you so much. Pumzile says everything is fine. It's looking good. Number two, I said it increases your opportunities for employment. If you upskill yourself, if you constantly upskill yourself, you increase opportunities for employment, meaning that you won't struggle getting a job because you are up to date when it comes to upskilling yourself. and it makes you more competitive in the job market. You become more valuable to your employer. And also, especially if you feel stuck in one place at work, upskilling can help you overcome this. For instance, if you feel that you haven't had a promotion in a very long time, I mean, you've been employed at the same position and you've been working for that company for more than 10 years now, you've been in that same position, upskilling can help you. Upskilling can help you. It can help you get considered for a promotion. And also, it opens doors to new career paths. That's what we said. It opens doors to new career paths, and it makes you more desirable. That's what upskilling will help you with. It makes you more desirable. So, as a candidate coming for an interview, if you're a person who constantly improves themselves, I'm telling you, you will become more desirable in that entire interview. And number three, it makes you stand out in business. That's what upskilling will help you with. It makes you stand out in business. People pay attention when you know your story. There are many people who are in business, but now if you can say to them, okay, sell yourself to me, then they will struggle to do that. It goes back to that issue of upskilling. You have to upskill. You have to constantly upskill. It's very important. It's very paramount, right? Absolutely. And also, it makes you competitive in the business world. That's what upskilling will help you with. Self improvement will help you with becoming competitive in the business world. Number four, it closes skill gaps in your life. You know, at times we tend to pick up some gaps in our skills, and that's where now upskilling is required. You've got to upskill in order to close gaps in your life. You must close certain gaps. There are certain people that when you go for an interview and you're there, you spend that hour in that interview or that 30 minutes in that interview, and they never call you again. There's something that those employers have picked up. They've picked up some gaps in what they required. So upskilling can help you become a desirable candidate, like I shared. It will help you become a suitable candidate whenever you go for an interview or whenever you're going to present your business idea. You have to constantly upskill yourself. You have to. You have to. And number five, it will increase your productivity. That's what upskilling does. It increases your productivity because you become more effective when you know what you're doing. You become more effective when you know what you're talking about. So you must constantly increase your or let me rather put it this way, you must constantly improve yourself. That's right. And we perform better when we know what we do, and you stay ahead of your competitors. If you are always upskilling yourself, you stay ahead of your competitors at all times. And another one, the last one was, it future proofs your value. It's not the last one, actually, it's the second last. It future proofs your value. That's what upskilling will do. It will future proof your value. I mean, if you constantly work on yourself and you're constantly working on knowledge, you become fit for tomorrow. You become fit for your future. We perform better when we know what we do. And I said, you remain valuable and you don't get outdated when you upskill yourself. You remain valuable and you don't get outdated. You know, there are people who've been working for companies for many, many years, and you find that you are already outdated. You know, your employers don't even think about giving you a position or a promotion because you are outdated. You are not improving. You just maintaining whatever skill that you have. And number seven, which was the last one, I said upskilling makes you irreplaceable. It makes you irreplaceable. That's a good one. That's a good one. If an employer gets to a place where they know that they cannot replace you, you are irreplaceable. That makes you powerful. It guarantees you a lifetime opportunity. It guarantees you longevity. That's what we need. That's what we need. That's why we have to constantly upskill ourselves. So yeah, That's what we discussed last week, and today I have another interesting topic. I want us to talk about increasing our willpower. Let me speak to you for a few moments about increasing your willpower. You have to increase your willpower. Let me quickly welcome the people who have just joined in. I see we've got a Tembi Skosana watching on YouTube. Welcome, Tembi. Good to see you. And we have also Tsepama daughter watching on YouTube. Welcome, Tsepam. Good to see you. We have Christina Ngosi watching on YouTube. Welcome, guys. Excited to have you on today's episode of Wednesdays with Pastor K. And I am really looking forward to spending some time with you. And I believe that we're going to have a great time together. That's good. So we're going to talk about increasing our willpower, and let's define willpower. What is now? Willpower refers to self-control. It refers to self-control, and it refers to the ability to resist acting on impulses. If you don't have willpower, you will go everywhere where people want you to go. But if you're a person with a strong willpower, you have what we call self control. You've got self control. And once you have willpower, you are able to resist acting on impulses. You know, impulses are things that they're things that you want, yet they are not really good for you. And those things are how do I put this? Those things are attracted by your impulses. They are attracted by your impulses, and you need willpower. You need willpower to be able to overcome. You need willpower to be able to stand your ground, which is self-control. Willpower is related to our self-discipline. It is related to our self-discipline and how we manage our actions. You've got to manage your actions at all times. Every time you're about to do something, you've got to have control. You've got to have control, and you have to think things through all the time. It is your drive. That's your willpower. It is your drive. It is your determination. It is your resolve. You know, when you have determination, nothing can stop you. When you are determined to achieve a certain goal, nothing can stop you. It's that drive. You've got that self drive within you. It's your willpower. Nothing can stop you. You are determined that you want to succeed in life. You are determined that you want to do this course and finish it. You are determined that you want to run this business, and nothing can stop you. You've got that resolve. You've got that resolve, and nobody can say no. Nobody can stop you. Why? Because you've got that willpower. Willpower makes you push against all odds. Willpower makes you remain when circumstances say no. That's your willpower. And today I want us to increase that willpower. We have to increase that. Welcome, Fiso Sisanda. Good to see you. And it is the capacity to override an unwanted thought. To override an unwanted thought. You know, I always tell people that if there's one thing you don't choose, it's what you think. Thoughts can just invade your space. They can just invade your mind, and there are certain thoughts that are not good for you. They are not good for you, and you must have a strong willpower to be able to dismiss those thoughts. There are certain thoughts because that's why they often say that the battle is in the mind. The battle is in the mind, and the enemy fights in the mind. Satan attacks in the mind, and Satan has to, before he can make you do something, he has to first sow thoughts in your mind. And if you entertain those thoughts, then you can fall for the trap of the enemy. And that is why we've got to have a strong willpower to be able to overcome unwanted thoughts. You must fight unwanted thoughts with everything that you have, because that's how people fail in life. We start by entertaining thoughts that are not right. You know, somebody who's been dating somebody else's wife, or somebody who's been dating somebody else's husband, it did not just happen. It started as thoughts, and those thoughts were planted in their minds, and they began entertaining that. And once you entertain wrong thoughts, you're going to end up falling onto the trap of the enemy, and the enemy will cause you to do what you are not supposed to be doing. That is why you need a strong willpower to be able to shun upon certain thoughts that are not supposed to be in your mind, and to rebuke certain thoughts from your mind. Because if you entertain wrong thoughts, the next thing you're gonna go ahead with that, and you're gonna fulfill that. And the next thing that's gonna happen, you'll find yourself in a great mess because you failed to overcome those thoughts when they were still in the thought stages. We have to take control. We have to be in charge. And willpower causes you to be in charge. You've got to be in charge. There are thoughts that we don't need. At some point you'll find yourself thinking of something, and you know, as you're thinking, that this is totally wrong, and this will affect my life, this will affect my business, this will affect my marriage, this will affect my ministry, this will affect my walk in this journey. Therefore, I've got to dismiss this thing quickly, and never entertain it, That's where your willpower must kick in. You need a strong willpower. Yeah. Welcome, Siamo. Good to see you, man. And so I mean, for instance, when we are talking about willpower, just like gas in your car, it runs out. Gas in your car runs out, and as much as we need this willpower, you need to understand that just like gas in your car, it will run out, and as it runs out, we have to refill it the same way you're refilling the gas in your car. So willpower, it's not something that is always there. You have to constantly refill it. You must refill it so that you have at least the optimum level of that willpower in your life in order to push forward and remain steadfast. Right. So you must be able to sustain that willpower, and to constantly refuel it at all times. Otherwise you will run empty, and once you run empty of willpower, then danger kicks in, because willpower is self-control. As long as you have gas, you can drive. As long as you have willpower, you will remain relevant. As long as you have willpower, you remain in control. As long as you have willpower, you remain unfazed. As long as you have willpower, you remain determined. That's what you need. You remain resolute because you've got willpower. You need willpower. And that is why today we are talking about increasing our willpower. Welcome, Dino Khwadi. Good to see you. Dino Khwadi is watching on YouTube as well, and also Siamo is watching on YouTube. So yeah, it's not easy. It's not. Willpower is not something easy to master. It's never easy because not everybody has self-control. Not everybody has self-control. Self-control is tantamount to self-discipline, meaning that you are disciplining self, you are controlling self, and you are holding self accountable. That's what it means. So when you have willpower, it means that you think before you move, and you make calculated risks all the time. You take calculated risks, and every time you're about to do something big, you think about it, you pray about it, and you think very hard about it, right? So it's not easy to master that. That is why many people start things today, and tomorrow they've given up. That is why people go into business today, and tomorrow they are no longer in business. That is why people go into relationships today, and next week they are no longer in relationships, and so forth. Marriages, all these things. You need willpower. You need a strong willpower. It takes plenty of inner work and consistency. If you're going to build willpower, it's going to take a lot of consistency. It's going to take a lot of inner work. So you must work on you. You must work on self. If you want to develop a willpower, you must do a whole lot of inner work inside of you. Many things that happen in life, or how we get to build greater things in life, we must first work with our inner man. We must work there. That's where everything starts. It must start from within. You must work hard on that inner man, right? Awesome, awesome, awesome. And it is self-regulation. It helps you. It helps you to regulate self. That's what willpower does. You are able to regulate self. If you don't regulate self, self will get you into trouble. We live in the flesh, but we must not operate in the flesh. We must always listen to the inner voice, listen to God, listen to the Spirit of God before we act every time. So you must self regulate. If you don't regulate self, I'm telling you, self will get you into hot waters, self will get you into trouble. It is the ability to control the decisions you make. That's what willpower is. It is the ability to control the decisions you make. Many people make big decisions without thinking. They make life changing decisions without thinking. They make life altering decisions without thinking. And that is why we have to make sure that we think very hard before we make decisions. We have to think. What does willpower look like? What does it look like when we talk about willpower? What does it look like? It looks like self discipline. That's how willpower looks like. It looks like self discipline. A self disciplined person knows what they want in life, and they know what they ought not to do in life. They are before they can get into anything, they focus and they think very hard before they make those life changing decisions. You have to uh, maintain that self discipline, because many people died before their time because they lacked self discipline. Now, uh, if you're not a person with a willpower, you would find that anything that goes will go with you. Wherever the wind goes, it goes with you. And that is why you need a strong willpower to be able to maintain your walk, to maintain your journey, and to know where you're going. That's what I'm trying to say. To be very focused and not to lose focus in your journey. And how does willpower look like? It looks like someone who's not easily distracted. It looks like someone who's not easily distracted. A person that is not easily distracted is a person that knows what they want. They know what they want. And if it's a degree they want, they know they have to spend time studying. They know they have to spend time investing in their schoolwork and knowledge to be able to make it for exams and to attain that qualification that they want. That is a person that is not easily distracted. Distractions are one of the strongest weapons that the enemy uses in our lives. If the enemy knows that you have decided you want to take this route, the enemy will bring distractions. He will bring also obstacles that will sidetrack your focus. And but a people with a strong willpower, they remain focused no matter the distractions. They remain focused no matter the attacks. They remain focused no matter what comes their way. What does it do? Willpower. What does it do? Because we are encouraging one today to increase their willpower. What does willpower do? It helps you set up a diet and you stick to it. I'm just making an example by a diet. But if you're a person of a strong willpower, if you decide that I'm going to go on a diet, this is going to be my diet. I'm going to set up this diet. This is my plan. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to eat on a daily basis. This is how I'm going to exercise. And this is what I'm going to be doing for this year. And I want to achieve this particular goal. A willpower helps you. It helps you to stick to that diet that you've set. People that set up a diet today and they give up tomorrow, or somebody that decides I'm going to go to gym and I'm going to start maintaining my work of going to gym every single day, and 2 months later or a month later they've stopped, they've given up. What they are lacking there is what we call willpower. That's why you need a strong willpower. A willpower will help you stick to what you have uh, 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 um, what's the word I'm looking for? It will help you stick to what you have set out to do. That's right. Yeah. And also, um, what does willpower do? You need willpower to remain prayerful. So if you're a person who's saying, you know what, I want to be a person of prayer. Um, I've started a journey with God, and I want to remain sound in my walk with God. I want to be intentional in hearing God speak. Then that means you have to be a prayerful somebody. So once you walk into that agreement with the spiritual realm or the spiritual realm, um, then you must make sure that you stick to that the plan that you have made. And if you see somebody who is prayerful and they are constant in that walk, then you must know that person has exerted their willpower. It is your willpower that will make you remain consistent. It is your willpower. It is your willpower that will cause you to be self-disciplined. So you need willpower. That's what you need. A willpower. And what else does willpower do? Uh, when you set goals, you stick to them. That's what willpower does. It helps you stick to your goals. Many of us we are very quick to set goals, but we never stick to them. We never stick to our goals. Remember to interact with me. For those who have tuned in, interact with me. If you've got a question for me, please type it in the comments, and let's interact. Let's interact. So, like I said, when you set goals, you stick to them. That's what willpower will cause you to do. You will stick to the goals that you have set. And let's also delve into why is willpower important? Why is it important? Number one, it helps us create change in our lives. A strong willpower helps you create change in your life. I mean, let's use me as an example. For instance, I come from the background or the past of living in the world, and I used to run a pub, and I used to have too many friends, and also was into women, into girls, and all that. But having met with God um, actually took me to a different direction. But the reason why I'm mentioning this is because even though you may receive salvation and you may meet with God or you may meet with Jesus, it will require of you to have a strong willpower to remain. Because many people have accepted Jesus as Lord and Savior, but along the way, they backslid. What did they lack? Willpower. Willpower. So you need willpower to stick to your guns and to continue pushing and remaining in that journey that you've chosen. You've got to have a strong willpower to remain. So number one, it helps you create change in your life. And number two, it helps you fight temptations. Each and every one of us in life, we are subject to temptations. We it's something uh, that we cannot stop from coming to us. Temptations will come. They are a part of life. Temptations will come. You will be tempted to do wrong. You will be tempted to do what is not right. You will be tempted what you should not be doing. But it will take a strong willpower to be able to overcome or to escape that kind of temptation. You need to have a strong willpower. Number three, it teaches us to be more self aware and act aligned with our values. That's what um, a willpower to be more self aware and to act aligned with our values. You know, when you're a person who has values, um, You are a person who knows where they are going in life or with life. You are a person who is determined in life. Once you have values, then you've got these commandments that you live by. Once you have values, you are able to align with every goal that you have set for your life. So, willpower teaches us to become more self aware and to act aligned with our values. There are many people who act uh, not in line with uh, their values. And once that comes in, then that means that you are lacking what we call the willpower, because it is the willpower that will cause you to to move unhindered and not being sidetracked by any distraction that comes your way. Number four, it is important because it helps you understand your strengths and your weaknesses. That's what willpower does. It helps you understand your strengths and your weaknesses. And that is why you've got to fight it with everything that you have. It helps you understand your strengths and weaknesses. Now, once you understand your strengths and your weaknesses, you know what to do and what not to do. Many people are often, you know, weaknesses because they always get themselves in situations that they cannot handle, and they really know that. So once you know your strengths and your will, you are at a position where you can exert your willpower. You must exert your willpower. Yeah. Um, I was just about to say I'm not seeing commenting here. At least I see Tembi has just commented there. She says we must have a strong relationship with God because I think she got there while she was typing. So yes, and number five, why is it important? Why do we need this willpower? It helps you resist short-term desires. It helps you resist short-term desires that interfere with your life purpose. You know, there are those short-term desires that will interfere with your life purpose. Anything that is gonna come against or interfere with your life purpose, you must move away from it. You must move away from it. Never allow anything um, come between you and your life purpose. And willpower is the strongest weapon to fight whatever comes in between you and your life purpose. You must resist the short term desires. There are those desires that are short term, and they are temporary. And once you fall prey to them, I'm telling you, you will never be able to recover. You will never be able to recover. So that is why we must fight every temptation. We must fight every short term desire that interferes with our life purpose, because your purpose is bigger than anything. Your purpose is best. That's what you need. That's what you need. It's the best thing you can ever have. Lastly, how do I increase my will? How do I increase my willpower? Number one, you can increase your willpower by becoming about managing your time. You must be intentional about managing your time. There are many people now who struggle in this area. Time management. Time management. If you can't manage time, you can't manage your life. And if you are a person who will not manage their life, then you're gonna miss your purpose in life. You're gonna stop living, you're gonna start existing. And there are many people who are not living, they're just existing. One thing you have to master in life is to manage your time. Manage your time. This will make it harder. Once you can manage time, I'm telling you, it will make it harder for you to waste your own time. Waste their time. Many people waste their purpose. Many people waste. They are not given. You have to manage time. You have to manage time. Time asset. Manage time. I'm telling you, you are on the right track. You are on the right track. If you can, you are on the right track. You can live. Yeah, absolutely. Important to depend on God's source for us to be strong will. There's so many challenges we face from the enemy. Absolutely. I fully agree with you, Tembi. I fully agree with you. We've got to be intentional when it comes to how the enemy is always roaring like a lion looking for whom we may devour. And time is a powerful tool for a people of purpose. It is a powerful tool. It will help you overcome. It will help you fight certain things in life. And that is why you've got to guard it with everything. That when you wake up every morning, you really know what to do. And you've got a diary that's your day. Got to put things in who respects time, I'm telling you, then there is no risk, there is no opportunity for failure. That's your daily routine. That's how you increase your willpower. Stick to your daily routine. Number one, I said you must be intentional about managing your time. And number two, stick to your daily routine. There are many people, they know what they want to do on that particular day, but they had problem. That's how now you lack self-control or self-discipline, or you lack determination. But if you are a determined person and you are intentional when it comes to your daily routine. In fact, that's how I operate. I operate with my daily routine. I have my daily routine on my notes on my phone, and also my PA on a daily basis. She will send me my routine for that particular day, and I stick to it. I stick to it. I make sure whatever item I have to do or whatever task I have to do, after I've done it, I tick it off, and then I move on to the next task. And that's how you can develop a willpower. Once you have a willpower, you become determined. You've got that strong resolve, and you are always looking forward to meeting whatever goals you've set. And that's how life is. Many people who are successful are people who repeatedly fulfill their daily goals. That's how we succeed. And how you remain consistent is also sticking to the goals that you have made for the day. Yeah. So yes, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna log off. I see people are not really interacting today, but thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you again, same place, same time, and it's gonna be a powerful one next week as well. Thank you for tuning in. If you have not yet shared the feed, quickly share it for me, and let your world tune in. God bless you. I'll see you next week.